So I watched Submergence. Now, the critics are really hated this one. I didn't think it was a great movie, but I liked it. I thought it did a lot of things well. So simple premise, James McAvoy, he's a British spy. It reminds you a lot of Atomic Blonde. He was a spy in that. He was great. Now, I love how we get introduced to him. He's in a fancy art gallery, and he's getting his assignment on his next mission. And I love it's just the quintessential glamorization of the spy life when you get the assignment of tracking down this terrorist to kill. Do you get it on a park bench or in a cafe? No, you get it in one of the most glamorous, fancy art museums amongst just beautiful artwork. And then before his mission, he's at a hotel in Normandy, France, and he meets Alicia Vikander. Now, she's the new Laura Croft. I liked her. I didn't love that movie, but she was good. She's great here as well. I'm a big fan of her. Now, she's not technically an oceanographer, but I'm going to call her an oceanographer. She's about to go on a mission to the bottom of the sea, and they start flirting. It's hit or miss, the flirtation. She's in a very sultry voice telling him about the layers of the ocean. That part was good. There's some bad lines when she's like, "What's your favorite body of water?" And he's like, "The human body. You know, that's 90% water." Some people might like that. For me, I just thought that line was over the top. But I really did like their flirtation because I liked how they both had jobs where he was a spy, so he couldn't even really tell her what his real job was, where he was going. His whole life, when you're a spy, it prevents you from really getting close to people because a lot of being a spy is fake identities and lying, and you can't really have intimacy without honesty. So it's a lonely life being a spy, if there's anything we know about being a spy. And then she has a job where, not in this kind of more abstract sense, she's isolated from people, but she's choosing to literally isolate herself and spend a part of her life deep in the ocean, far away from any other human contact. So it's just interesting how these two people who've chosen, they've chosen these professions of isolating themselves, they nonetheless come together and have this flirtation and fall in love. And I thought that her journey to the bottom of the ocean, it was so interesting. It reminded me a lot of people who they dream of going to space and finding some kind of microscopic life even on a different planet. And it's always so interesting where this drive comes from, that she would want to take this big risk, not only give up a part of her life, but take the risk of potentially dying on this somewhat dangerous mission, just to find microscopic evidence of life or even precursors to life, when all around her is so much life and so much going on around her. Where does this drive come from to want to go to the most remote parts of the world or even the universe to try to find some evidence of some kind of other life when you look around, there's so much life around you? But nonetheless, they meet at Normandy, which, other than just the beauty and the crashing waves, there's all these associations, obviously, with World War II. And some of the visuals, beautiful, unique visuals, I haven't seen anything like it, that it was so bright, so high def, and the colors were so vivid and rich. You would look at these landscape shots, and they almost would have no depth. It would almost be like an oil painting, something 2D, two-dimensional, and yet so beautiful to look at just visually. Really interesting film. And like I say, visually interesting in a way that I haven't really seen in a lot of other films. Now, as far as the message that the movie's trying to convey, I don't think there's a specific message. I think different people are going to take away different things, which I think is great. Now, there's the obvious parallels. Her going to the bottom of the ocean, in a sense, she's going to the literal darkest places, and darkness as an absence of light. Him with his spy work, he's exposed to some of the darkest elements of humanity and human nature. And at one point in the movie, you see someone actually put in a hole, and just stones are thrown at them till they're dead. So you see this kind of superficial parallels, but I think that there's some deeper things that if you sit with a movie for a while, they'll kind of tease out. They're not spoon fed to you, but you can experience it. And some of the scenes, it's just about the feeling that it evokes. So there's one scene in particular where someone's they're told they're going to die and they're going to be shot, and they're told, walk out into the ocean and we're going to shoot you in the back. And you experience what would be running through that person's mind as they're on a foreign shore around foreign people that, a shore they've never been with, these people that they have nothing in common with, and they're looking out at the ocean. What would go through their mind? Would they pray? Would they finally get in touch with God and their Creator, or would they just take in every detail of that ocean and that skyline? And would they see the ocean in a way that they've never seen the ocean before? And would they finally really see the ocean for the first and maybe last time in their life.